here with PresenceWithPurpose.com. I want to say welcome to my new subscribers. I am so glad that you are a part of my YouTube family. We are growing. And for my returning subscribers, I just want to say, hey, I'm so glad that you are here. And so before we get started and jump right in, be sure that you hit that like button, make sure that you subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you are the first to be informed when a new video is ready. So let's get into it. So I was thinking about, what am I going to talk about today? And something that is a recurring issue is the way people are thinking and speaking. And I know I talk about this all the time. And so if we want to have different outcomes and different ways that we can show up more confidently and really go to the next level in our personal lives, whether it's in our work life or in our business life, then we're going to have to start thinking differently so we can speak differently. And so more specifically, I know it's easy to just relegate some time to speak differently and to think differently. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an ongoing awareness of how you are communicating to yourself and how you are communicating with other people. And let's just start with how you are communicating with yourself. Number one, we talked about this before. You've got to think about what you're thinking about. And so when you are communicating with yourself, you are also actually holding a dialogue with yourself about yourself. So then it comes down to, what are you saying about yourself? What are you communicating about yourself, even in your emotions or your feelings, or when you are imagining or using your imagination, or when you are second guessing yourself or having doubt, or when you are undermining your unique gifts and talents and skills. It's like what you are speaking to yourself. And another way that I want to put this too is what signals are you sending to yourself? Like your posture, or the way that you approach a situation, or the way that you show up, even in the kitchen or in your bedroom. Seriously, this may sound like it's far reaching, but I'm so serious about being aware of how you are communicating with yourself about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So even when I am making my bed, I am aware that I'm not rushing through making up my bed. I am taking my time, and I am making sure that the bed is looking the way that I like for it to look in the mornings, because I don't leave the house without making my bed. No judgment or shame on those who do. It's just not for me. So I take my time, which means I need to get up early enough so that I can process through my morning without feeling rushed. And so that was just a little example of just really showing up, whether you're in your kitchen, whether you are in your living room with your children, your family, or even by yourself. It's really how you are communicating to yourself about what is permissible, what is positive, what is future forward, what leads to inner peace, and all of those things. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to be aware of how you are speaking with yourself about yourself and what you are communicating. What cues are you sending? Your body posture. Are you, finding yourselves in moments where you should be alert, slouching, and just really being lazy and what have you? Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when we can just chill. And to me, I love to chill. That's one of my favorite things to do. It's just to relax. I'm not saying don't relax. Please relax. Please relax. But what I really am saying is that when you're supposed to be present in a situation, whether you're working on a project, whether you're working on your job, whether you're working on some art or whatever it might be, that you are paying attention to the cues you are sending yourself. Are the cues you are sending yourself, are they saying, I'm deserving to be here, I'm deserving to explore, I'm deserving to tap into my potential and grow it? See where I'm going with this? So be mindful and aware of the way you are communicating communicating with yourself about yourself. Now, that also applies when you are communicating with other people. And whether it's family, whether it's with on your job, with your colleagues, with clients, wherever you are building and fostering relationships, how you speak, how you think, and how you speak must be congruent. Yes, must be congruent. So if you are having conversations in your mind about a client or a coworker or a family member that's unpleasant, it's going to somehow seep into the way that you speak or even your body language. And so if you are a conduit for positivity and change and peace, then it also applies to how you are thinking about someone else. Like, what are the conversations you are having about other people in your mind? What judgments are you passing? How are you evaluating that person? And should you be evaluating that person? You know? And so that is a matter of being mindful about what you're thinking about in terms of other people, because it's going to play itself out in some way. And I call it inner commentary. Like, what is your inner commentary about people? You know, because that also signifies to yourself, like, how you honor people's individuality and their right to be and show up the way that suits them without making a demand, without expectations, without judgments, right? So how you are communicating about someone will determine how you communicate with someone, right? And so think about that. Think about that. Now, when it comes to communicating with someone, it's so important to think about what you're getting ready to say before you say it. That may be needless to say for some folk, but sometimes, there's an old saying, common sense ain't so common, right? So I'm saying this for the people in the back who may have this habit of just being me. I'm just doing me. I'm just being 100. And you are offending people with your tone. You are offending people with the words that you're saying, which also means that you are also having some sort of internal commentary about that person or the individual, or have had. And so be mindful of not only what you say, but how you are saying it, how your body language is conveying information, how your eyes are conveying information, your voice inflection, how you use the tone and the decibel of your voice. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it warm? Is it aggressive? Is it matter of fact? And I'm sure that there's a time for everything, but if you are intending to become a better people, then a lot of that starts with what you're communicating about someone, so that when you're communicating with them, that you are also honoring the dignity of people, that you're honoring the dignity of all people. So you're watching your body language, you're watching the way that you're making eye contact, you're watching the tone of your voice, you're bringing your best positive self to the conversation. And even if it's a conversation, a hard conversation, then that you're bringing the best intention for that person, and that you have the best intention, for that person, but that you are also offering the best intention for that person's perspective and their point of view, and not making any demands for them to see things the way that you think they should be seen, or not becoming discouraged because someone disagrees with you and they're adamant about that disagreement. They're not on the same page as you. But what you communicate with people, it all reflects in how you think about people, literally, so be thinking good thoughts about people. There's some folk who have really terrible behavior, and it's so easy to assign adjectives to those individuals who have really bad ways that they show up in the world. And I personally, I'm not on no moral high horse here, but I am saying that I choose for myself not to have a continuous inner commentary about someone who has unpleasant characteristics. I just choose not to use my brain energy that way and my emotions that way. Why? And so I just want you to be thinking about that. Even there are some people, they're just not good people. And you have to be able to say, you know what, that person chooses to be the way that they are, or those individuals choose to be the way that they are, and that's their right. I just don't have to be in relationship with those individuals, but I will be kind and courteous and respectful. I think those ways you show up as a better person, and what they choose to do, that's on them. And so today it was really about thinking differently so that we can speak differently, what you are communicating about yourself to yourself, and what inner commentary are you having about people so that you can have effective and relational communication with people. And that's it. That's what I have for you today, you guys. Y'all go out and have the most amazing day. Take care. See you next time. Peace.